In military aviation, not every aircraft earns its legacy through combat alone. Some shape generations of pilots, define national air power, and quietly influence conflicts long before the first shot is fired. The BAE Systems Hawk is one such aircraft. Sleek, agile, and deceptively simple, the Hawk has spent decades doing one of the most important jobs in any air force, turning student pilots into combat aviators. The story of the Hawk begins in the late 1960s, at a time when jet aircraft were becoming faster, more complex, and far less forgiving. Air forces around the world faced a growing problem. Frontline fighters were advancing rapidly, but training aircraft were lagging behind. The jump from basic trainers to high-performance jets was becoming dangerous, expensive, and inefficient. The Royal Air Force needed a modern jet trainer that could bridge that gap. Hawker Siddeley, later absorbed into what would become BAE Systems, took on the challenge. The result was an aircraft designed around balance, simple enough for training, yet capable enough to simulate frontline performance. The prototype Hawk first flew in 1974, and by 1976, it entered service with the Royal Air Force as the Hawk T1. From the beginning, it was clear that this was not just another trainer. It was an aircraft designed to teach pilots how to think, react, and survive at jet speeds. At the heart of the Hawk's success is its design philosophy. The aircraft is compact, lightweight, and aerodynamically clean, with excellent handling characteristics. Its single Rolls-Royce Adore turbofan engine provides reliable thrust while keeping operating costs low. The cockpit is designed for clarity and instruction, offering excellent visibility and straightforward systems that allow instructors to focus on flying skills rather than troubleshooting complex electronics. Yet despite its simplicity, the Hawk is no pushover. It is fully aerobatic, capable of high-G maneuvers, and responsive enough to mimic the handling of frontline fighters. For student pilots, this means learning how to manage speed, energy, and situational awareness in an environment that closely resembles real combat aircraft. Mistakes are corrected in training before they become fatal in war. The Hawk's role as a trainer would be impressive enough on its own, but its impact extends far beyond the classroom. One of the aircraft's most famous roles is as the mount of the Royal Air Force's Red Arrows display team. Painted in striking red, Hawks have flown at air shows around the world, demonstrating precision, discipline, and the highest standards of pilot skill. These performances are not just spectacle, they are proof of the aircraft's agility, reliability, and forgiving nature when flown at the edge of the envelope. As the Hawk matured, its potential as a light combat aircraft became increasingly clear. Many nations required an aircraft that could serve both as a trainer and as a cost-effective attack platform. The Hawk adapted easily to this role. Armed variants were fitted with hardpoints for bombs, rockets, gun pods, and air-to-air missiles. In this configuration, the Hawk could perform light attack, reconnaissance, and even limited air defense missions. This dual-role capability made the Hawk especially attractive to smaller air forces. Instead of maintaining separate fleets of trainers and combat aircraft, they could rely on a single platform to perform multiple roles. Over time, the Hawk was exported to more than 18 countries, including India, Australia, Canada, Saudi Arabia, and Finland. In each case, it became a core part of pilot training pipelines and, in some cases, frontline operations. Combat experience, though not the Hawk's primary purpose, has nonetheless shaped its reputation. Hawks have been used operationally in conflicts such as the Falklands War, where Argentine-operated Hawks conducted ground attack missions. Other operators have employed the aircraft in counterinsurgency and border patrol roles, where its speed, accuracy, and relatively low operating cost made it effective against lightly defended targets. As military aviation advanced into the digital age, the Hawk evolved once again. The Hawk 100 and later Hawk 128 and Hawk T2 variants introduced modern avionics, glass cockpits, hands-on throttle and stick controls, and advanced simulation systems. These upgrades transformed the Hawk into a true lead-in fighter trainer, capable of preparing pilots for fourth and even fifth-generation aircraft like the Typhoon and F-35. In the Hawk T2, student pilots can train with simulated radar, electronic warfare, and weapon systems, all within a safe and controlled environment. This reduces training costs while dramatically increasing realism. Pilots graduate with experience that closely mirrors operational aircraft, making the transition to frontline service smoother and safer. What sets the Hawk apart is not raw performance or cutting-edge stealth technology, but longevity. Few aircraft designs remain relevant for over 4 decades, yet the Hawk has done exactly that. Its airframe has proven adaptable, its systems upgradable, and its core design timeless. In an era where aircraft are often retired after a few decades, the Hawk continues to train the next generation of pilots. The Hawk's legacy is written not in kill counts or combat records, but in the thousands of pilots who have flown it. From fast jet aces to airshow legends, countless aviators took their first real steps into high-performance flight in a Hawk cockpit. The aircraft teaches discipline, precision, and respect for speed, qualities that define successful military pilots. Today, as unmanned systems and advanced simulators reshape the future of aviation, the Hawk remains a reminder that flying skill still matters. Real aircraft, real airframes, and real flight dynamics cannot be fully replaced. The Hawk continues to bridge the gap between theory and reality, between classroom instruction and combat readiness. The BAE Systems Hawk may not dominate headlines or headlines of war, but its influence is felt wherever modern military pilots fly. Quietly, reliably, and consistently, it has shaped air power across generations. In doing so, the Hawk has earned its place as one of the most important training aircraft in aviation history.